Hello, so what we're going to look at now is expanding and sometimes when it's needed, simplifying. When they talk about expanding, we're talking about algebra where we've got brackets involved, and we're talking about, but when you've got brackets involved, this 5, open brackets, x minus 2, close brackets, means 5 times everything inside the brackets. So what we're going to do is actually do that multiplication and then see what we've got, and we'll have that over here. So for the first one, 5 open brackets, x minus 2 close brackets, we're actually going to do 5 times the x and 5 times the minus 2. So 5 times the x gives us simply 5x. Now think of the 2 as minus 2 because there's a minus sign in front of it. And if you think of it that way, it'll stop you getting lost when things get more complicated. So the 5 outside the brackets is a plus because there's nothing in front of it to tell us otherwise. So the default position is plus. So we've got plus 5 times minus 2, which gives us a minus 10. Okay, we haven't got to worry about the sign afterwards because we've done it as we're multiplying. So number 2, we've got 3 open brackets, that means we're going to multiply what's in the brackets, 2x plus y. So I've changed that slightly. We had a term in x and we had a number. We've now got a term in x and we've got a term in y. But we do exactly the same thing. So we do 3 times the 2x, or 3 2s are 6. So that gives us 6x. Now we've got plus y and plus 3. So when we multiply those, we get plus 3y. Okay, that's our answer. Let's do the third one. And the third one is 4 outside the brackets, and then we're multiplying it by 3a minus 2b, close brackets. Okay, so we do the 4 times the 3a, which gives us 12a. And then we do 4, which is plus 4, times minus 2b. Well, a plus times a minus gives us a minus. 4 times 2 gives us 8. And then we get b. Hopefully you get the idea of those. The fourth one's a little bit more complicated. So I'm going to clear my screen and look at the fourth one. Okay. So far we've expanded. We've not needed to simplify. We only need to simplify when we need to do something called collecting terms, which you may have heard of in another context. So that's what we will see here. So this one, we've got 2 multiplied by 3a minus 4b, and then minus 3 multiplied by 6a minus 3b. So that's a lot more complicated, but we're going to treat that one as one term and expand it. We're going to keep our minus sign and we're going to expand that. Then we can look at simplifying, which involves doing the subtraction, not multiplication, we've done that, we'll involve doing the subtraction. So let's look at the first term then. 2 times 3a minus 4b. So 2 times 3a is 6a. 2 times minus 4b is minus 8b. Okay? Now here we've got minus 3 times plus 6a. So we keep the minus sign. 3 times 6 is 18, and then it's a. Now this is where we have to watch because we've now got minus times minus. So that will give us a plus. And then we've got 3 times 3 is 9 times the b. So that's it. We've expanded the brackets. What we now need to do is simplify, because if you look, we've got a 6a and we've got a minus 18a. We've got a minus 8b and a plus 9b. So we need to collect those terms together to simplify it. Okay? So now 6a minus 18a is going to give us minus 12a. That's collecting together the terms in A. Let's collect the terms in B now. We have minus 8b plus 9b. That's going to give us plus b. If that bit has confused you, you'll need to do a little bit of work on plus and minus signs, and we can use a number line for that. So I'll do another video using a number line if you're confused at that bit. Hopefully that's something you're familiar with and you won't be confused. But don't think you're confused at expanding if it's just the plus and minus signs. That's a different thing that you need to learn. Okay. So now we've got minus 12a plus b. That is actually our answer, but it looks a bit messy. So let's turn it round and put the plus b first. So we just put it as b, and then minus 12a. It just looks a bit neater than having a minus sign at the beginning. But that's a perfectly acceptable answer, and it depends what you're doing. You might want to keep it that way, or you might want to change it that way and make it a little bit neater. Right, I hope that makes sense. There is further work to do on expansion when instead of having a number term and a set of brackets, you've actually got the two sets of brackets multiplied by one another. That's a little bit more complicated, so that'll be another video. Okay, thanks very much.